the chair, over this car, over this city, fell over that building, over this garden fence, think over your proposal, jumped over the pit, knocked over through the window, through the glasses, so through or over में difference, above the chair, fly over a bridge, foot over bridge, bending over, tripped over, boy over there, over the age of 12, over money, over the phone, over the radio, come over the mountain, over the wall, over the top of my glasses, over the gate, jumped over this gate to the gangway, walk over the gangway, sitting over there, jumps are over here, run over the net, over to you. Hello my brothers and sisters, welcome back to this channel. Today we'll be learning the use of the preposition over. So let's start without wasting further time. Now, just assume this is a real bird and not a toy. And if it flies like this, then I would say the bird is flying over the chair. The bird is flying over the chair. And now the bird flew over the chair. But if the bird flies like this and makes a circle like this, then I would say the bird is flying above the chair. The bird is flying above the chair. Now, just pay attention. In one sentence, I used the preposition over, and in the other, I used the preposition above. But what is the difference between over and above? Let's find out the difference. In the case of over, the object should be going from one side to the other side and there should be a height. But in the case of above, the object will not be going from one side to the other side, but there is a height. There should be a height, but the object will not go from one side to the other side. Now, in the case of the bird flying like this and making a circle like this, in this case, the bird was not going from one side to the other side of the chair, but there was a height between the bird and the chair. So that's why I used the preposition above. And in the case when the bird was flying like this, the bird was going from one side to the other side of the chair, and there was a height between the bird and the chair. So that's why I used the preposition over. Now, generally in the case of over, there should be some kind of projectile path in the movement like this. Like this. I hope you got the difference between over and above. Now I'm gonna throw this ball over this car. Just wait and watch. See, I threw the ball over the car. Now, here why did I use the preposition over? Here I used the preposition over because the ball went from one side of the car to the other side of the car, and there was a height between the car and the ball, and there was also some kind of projectile in the path of the ball. So that's the reason I used the preposition over. Wow! From the top of this building, I can see for miles over this city. Now here, why did I use the preposition over? Here, I used the preposition over because my vision, or I would say my eyesight, went from this side of the city to the other side of the city. And moreover, there is a height involved between my eyesight and the city. So that's the reason I used the preposition over. Wow! Isn't it a beautiful view? Let's take another example. The sun is coming up over the mountain. See, here also I used the preposition over the mountain. I hope you know why I used the preposition over. An aeroplane flew over the city. मतलब एक हवाई जहाज सिटी के ऊपर से उड़ा. Here the aeroplane has a height from the city and it is also going from one side of the city to the other side of the city. That's why over is used. I need time to think over your proposal. Now see here. Here also I used the preposition over. I said think over. Think over means I need time to consider the matter carefully. A few minutes ago, that little boy fell over and started to cry. Now see, here also I used the preposition over. I am looking at the dog over the top of my glasses. Now, I am looking at you over the top of my glasses. Now here, why did I use the preposition over? Here I used the preposition over because my vision, or I would say my eyesight, went from one side of the glasses to the other side of my glasses. And its movement also shows some kind of projectile. And there is a height between my glasses and my eyesight. So that's the reason I used the preposition over. Now, if I wear my glasses like this and look at you, then I would say I'm looking at you through my glasses because I'm not looking over the glasses. I'm looking at you through the glasses. And why through? If you don't know the usage of the preposition through, the link is in the description box. You can go and watch it. All the doubts about the preposition through will be over. Now see, here also I use the preposition over, and here in this situation it means finished, means all the doubts will be finished. So you can go and watch the video. Just now a bird flew over that building. Now I hope you know why did I use the preposition over here. I hope you know that. I don't have to explain it over here, don't I? Now see, here also use the preposition over. I don't have to explain it over here. Over here means I don't have to explain it here itself, don't I? Whoa! I tripped over this stone lying on my path. Let me move it, otherwise someone else may also trip over the stone. Here it would be better. I hope I don't trip over again. My mother always loves to chat with our neighbor over this garden fence. Now here why did I use the preposition over? Here I used the preposition over because my mother's and the neighbor's voice go from one side of the fence to the other side of the fence, and there is a height involved. So that's the reason I used the preposition over. Right now I'm on this flyover bridge, and do you know why do we call a flyover bridge or a footover bridge? Let's find out. This flyover bridge is built over that railway track. I am standing under the bridge. This bridge is called flyover bridge or overhead bridge. Why is it called flyover bridge or overhead bridge? Here the word over is used because it is going from one side to the other and has a height, and it also has some kind of projectile. So that's the reason it is called flyover bridge or overhead bridge. Friends, do you know what is this kind of bridge called? Where you walk on foot? Vehicles cannot go over this bridge. This kind of bridge where you walk on foot is called foot over bridge. What is it called? Yes, foot over bridge. Harika is sitting over there. Now, here why did I use the preposition over? Here I used the preposition over because my vision, or I would say my eyesight, went from here to there in some kind of projectile. So that's the reason I used the preposition over. A boy was knocked over by a taxi, or I would say a boy was run over by a taxi. Now see, here also I used the preposition over. jumped over the pit. Now, here why did I use the preposition over? Here I used the preposition over because I went from one side of the pit to the other side of the pit. Means there was some kind of projectile in my path, and moreover there was a height between the pit and me. So that is the reason I used the preposition over, not above. Let me try to jump over the pit once again. It's really scary. Oh, I cannot do from here. I can do from here rather. Let me try again. I'm really scared. Once again, let me try. Yes! I jumped over the pit. Let me try it from here again. Although I'm scared a little bit. Some chances more, I think. I jumped over the pit! I jumped over the pit! Did I really do that? My exams are over and I'm relaxing on this capital letter A. And you know, this capital letter A is very nice because A for apple and an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And now, see, I used the preposition over. My exams are over. Over. See, here I used the preposition over. And I hope you know why I used the preposition over. My mother hurt her back bending over to pick up my brother. And you know, yesterday night a cat jumped over this gate. Let's take another example. Children over the age of 12 pay the full price. Now see, here also I used the preposition over. I said over the age of 12. Over the age of 12 means older than the age of 12. I value the quality of life over money. See, here also I used the preposition over. My uncle spoke to his lawyer over the phone and came to know that the legal battle is over. Now see, here I used the preposition over 2 times. The first one is the legal battle is over, and the second one is spoke over the phone. Over the phone. Now, I hope you know why I used the preposition over. We heard the news over the radio. See, here also the preposition over is used. The lamp fell over and broke. See, here also I used the preposition over. Why don't you come over for dinner on Sunday? Now see, here also I used the preposition over. Come over means why don't you come to my house for dinner on Sunday? Who's that boy over there riding on a cycle? Here also I used the preposition over. Over there. Who is that boy over there? Now what is in my hand? It is a stone. Now let me throw this stone over the wall. So let me try whether I can do it. I threw the stone over the wall. Now here, why is the preposition over used here? Because there was a distance, or I would say a height, between the stone and the wall, and the stone had some kind of projectile path in the movement, and it went from one side to the other side of the wall. So that's why the preposition over is used here. Now let me throw all these stones over the wall. Let's see whether I can do it. I threw another stone over the wall. Oh, I could not throw this stone over the wall. Let me try again. Wow! I threw another stone over the wall. Now here, why didn't I use above? Because there was a distance, or I would say a height, between the wall and the stone, and the stone was going from one side to the other side of the wall. Means there was some kind of projectile path in the movement. That's why I used over, not above. I would like to throw another stone over the wall. Now where will I find another stone? I think all the stones are over. Now here why did I use the preposition over? Because when something is totally finished, then also we use the preposition over. All the stones are over. Now I think I should throw my ball over the wall, but I will not throw it over this wall because then I will lose my ball. So rather I throw the ball over that gate. This gate is really heavy. I can't move it. Let me try. It is heavier than I thought. No problem. I will throw it from here itself. I think I should go there and throw it. I threw the ball over the gate. Now here why did I use the preposition over? Here I used the preposition over because the ball went from one side of the gate to the other side of the gate, and there was some kind of projectile path in the movement, and there was a height between the ball and the gate. So that's the reason I used the preposition over. I think I love this ball. Now you see, I will be throwing this ball over the net. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah. I threw the ball over the net. Now here, why did I use the preposition over? Why not above? Because there was some kind of projectile movement when the ball was going from one side of the net to the other side of the net, and there was a height between the net and the ball. So that is the reason the preposition over is used, not above. Let me try again if I can throw the ball over the net and show it to you. I threw the ball over the net. Let me catch it again. Whoa! I tripped over. Now, here why did I use the preposition over? Here I used the preposition over because when I was falling, there was some kind of projectile. So that's the reason I used the preposition over. Now, however, although I tripped over, at least I got my ball. That is gangway. Now see, it will be attached. Now it will be attached to our plane when I will be going through the gangway. So let's walk through the gangway. Through? ये through क्यों लगाया? Through तब लगता है जब किसी enclosed जगह से के बीच में से जाते हैं. ये close है, ये चारों तरफ से बंद है, लेकिन इसके बीच से जा रहे हो, इसका यहाँ से बंद है. इसके बीच से जाओगे तो बोलेंगे थ्रू. और गैंगवे के अभी देखना ऐसे ऐसे बंद होगा और बंद उसके अंदर से जाएंगे ना तो उसे बोलेंगे थ्रू. सिमिलरली इस खिड़की से भी हम बोलेंगे थ्रू. देखो यहाँ पे लाइंस है, इसके थ्रू देखेंगे ना, थ्रू. ओवर नहीं बोलेंगे ना. ओवर और ओवर तब यूज़ होता है तब अगर ये है, आई एम बोलूँगा ये है गैंगवे, जैसा कि मैंने बताया. अगर ये है गैंगवे और मैं बोलूँ वॉक थ्रू द गैंगवे, तो इसके अंदर से होगा. वॉक ओवर द गैंगवे मतलब इसके ऊपर से जाके कूदो. मैं ऊपर से जाके कूद के चलूँ क्या? ऊपर से कूद के चलूँगी क्या? सो सिमिलरली इस खिड़की के लिए इस खिड़की के लिए भी इसके ऊपर से जाके जाओगे क्या? खिड़की के ऊपर से तो I will see over the window. Over the window मतलब ऊपर से देखोगे क्या? खिड़की के बीच से देखोगे, यहाँ से देखोगे ना. Walk through the see through the window होता है. तो through और over में difference पता चल गया? Right now I'm sitting on this capital letter B, and you know, just right now a plane flew over the city, or I would say over this park. You know, I also make paper aeroplanes, And I'm sure this time when I make a paper aeroplane, it will fly over this park. See, here also I used the preposition over, and I hope you know why I used the preposition over. I have done everything I can to make you understand the usage of the prepositions. Now it's over to you. Now here just pay attention. I used the preposition over. I said now it's over to you, means now it's your turn to take action. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have learned just a little bit more English through this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Bye bye. See you in the next video.